Hi, I'm Manae Bybee, and for my educational giant project, I chose to do Thomas Jefferson. So Jefferson was born April 13th, 1743, in Shadwell, Virginia. When he was 14, his father died, and so he inherited all their thousands of acres of property. With it, or on it, he built his now famous house on a little mountain called Monticello. He married his wife, Martha Wales Skelton, in 1772. After 10 years of marriage, she died, and only two out of their six children survived till adulthood. It's pretty sad. So Jefferson started working on his first case after studying law for 5 years. Um, Later, when he was 33, he was chosen to write the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. And it's crazy that he was only 33. Um, and they chose him because he was a really good writer. He wasn't a good at public speaking, like I am, but he was really good at writing. Um, so, in 1779, he served as a governor of Virginia until 1781. Then he ran for president against John Adams but lost, and it made him vice president. On March 4th, 1801, Jefferson was sworn into office after he beat John Adams, and he became the third president of the United States. And one of his first moves was the purchase of the Louisiana Territory from France for $15 million in 1803. And something interesting is that he always had faith that the United States would become a great nation and a beacon of hope for the rest of the world to look to. So when Jefferson was 17, he studied at the College of William and Mary and graduated in 1762 after studying law. He had a very strong belief that books gave us all knowledge and that experienced it. It was all books. You get all your knowledge from books. And he had a huge library, lots of books. Loved reading. After he retired from his public positions, he continued with his interests in architecture, gardening, music, and reading. He founded the University of Virginia and assured that it would have no religious requirements, which was not a common thing at that time. So that made it different from the other schools. He pushed to start other public schools, but he didn't get to live to see them actually come forth. But he had plans for them and made them kind of start. He wanted to put the government he didn't want to put the government in charge of them because he didn't think they would care enough. So he wanted the responsibility to go to those who would really care about the school's performance. So that would be the parents. And Jefferson had a really powerful belief that education allows us to know our rights and freedoms, and that makes us better judges when it comes to voting. So that most of Jefferson's teachings, just like that one, still apply today. And it's a quote from him that I really like was, "Our freedom depends on delivering a quality education to future generations." That goes to show just how important education is if we want a good society. If we want our world to be better and be better people to make better decisions, education is super important. Something I don't really agree with him was that he just thought that all knowledge came from books. And yeah, we get a lot of knowledge from books, but I think experience is a great tool for learning. So I think that is an important thing to look at. I also think just like Jefferson, it's important to look back on past decisions in history to be able to change the world we live in today and make better decisions. So, I also thought that it was really interesting that he started the University of Virginia without any religious requirements. And I thought that was pretty big because, as important as religion is, it shouldn't be forced on everyone. And it's good to have an environment that's strictly for learning. Something that I thought was kind of silly was that I felt I could relate to was that Jefferson wanted freedom and equality for everyone, but he had a lot of slaves. The reason I feel like I relate to that is because I want things to happen a certain way. I want people to change, but I don't want to change for myself. So kind of hypocritical. I just thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, so Thomas Jefferson is a really cool guy, and he's had a huge educational influence on everything, on the whole education system that we have today. So, thanks.